Okay, so for us, this is the very exciting part. This is where all your hopes and dreams and aspirations for your future crops begins, and that's usually me pouring through seed catalogues and coercing Mitch onto the computer and taking him away from his work to look at some website that has some amazing type of vegetable or fruit that we want to grow. So this is where everything gets stored. It's a room that's sort of created off the side of the house. It doesn't get direct sunlight, so it doesn't heat up too much. We keep it fairly dark, and we have arranged them all into, or Mitch has arranged them all into their separate sections. And we draw seeds from everywhere, anywhere we can find. Of course, we like to support Australian companies and Tasmanian companies, but that doesn't preclude us from getting things from overseas. And one thing that's really important that Mitch has taught me is the quality of the seed is super important. So I feel like a lot of people, they go and they buy seed and they put it in the ground and it doesn't germinate very well and they blame themselves. In some cases that might be true, but in a lot of cases
it's actually the seed quality, that's right. And when they're side by side, you really see the difference between a good quality seed and one that's been grown poorly. Because that's the thing, you have to remember that somebody's actually grown these seeds and there are better seed growers than some other seed growers. So it's something to keep in mind. And as you were saying, Rodney, is that we use a diverse range of seeds. We use hybrids, we use open pollinated, we use modern varieties, we use heirlooms, we use it all. And I think that we both think that's really important, because you can't be dogmatic in gardening ever, and we'll probably talk about that a lot today. But you spreading your risk and makes your farm just more resilient overall, I think.
And then from a cooking point of view, it's so nice to have these different varieties, because that was the initial impetus for me for the Agrarian Kitchen, was to be able to grow these varieties and be able to cook with them, and not only have them at their best when they're harvested, but also what are these varieties like and what are we getting from them. And we save seed as much as we can too. So these are some beautiful beans that we've saved, Killam Goose beans. We've got some corn. The corns, look, I'm incredibly excited about corn, and we grind our own fresh polentas and cornmeal for the restaurant that we make things with, and just experimenting with these things over the years has been really exciting. So one of the peas that we save is our Lacy Ladies, which we'll show you the plants of at the moment. They're looking fantastic. Got these originally from a neighbour next door who got it from a guy who lives in the, one of those ideal stories, those kind of dreamy, idealistic stories that is actually, materialised, which is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. And we try and fit it into the garden in a way, because at the end of the day, our garden is a production garden where we're growing vegetables, and that's what we want to be getting out. So saving seeds often requires a different system. So we just try and fit it in a way that actually works, that actually means that we do get good varieties or good seed at the end of the day, which is why we only do it with a small amount. So we do our peas, we do our beans and our corn, and we know that we can keep those lineages the same, so the genetics will continue and they're reliable. But then we also, as Rodney was saying, we buy in from all sorts of different seed growers.
We can't save everything, unfortunately. So, we rely on the people who do it as their primary thing. And then when we have the opportunity to do it, or we've got a variety that's special, then we'll do it.
Yeah, absolutely.